grade your performance and
Okay.
reward you proportionally.
Okay.
Let's delete all these frogs.
Great.
Because if you could convene in the center square, please.
Okay.
He says, could you please not stand directly in the center, please?
You said centre square.
Yeah, because he's
Get
gonna
your
pay
facts right.
there.
Okay. I don't have a model for this. I'm just gonna grab someone so you can imagine him. 1 second.
The theatre of your mind and all that, yeah.
Here's the mayor again.
Preparation.
I made preparations a long time ago, but then we didn't play for several months.
Well, and then the model of the guy got lost.
Yeah, pretty much.
Unfortunately, people delete things, Jim, and then you can't use them off the workshop. So for now, here's the map page. And he goes, "Congratulations, congratulations, everybody! Seriously, well done on completing these trials. Now, the forest trials are the easiest of the trials I've made, but even so, for some, for you, it seemed like a challenge, but you made it through. I shall now describe the rewards that I shall be giving to you."
Okay.
He goes, "Okay. Here's a sack of rupees, and on this island over here,
This island.
a sack of rupees appears."
Ooh.
And he says, "Stay here for now. You can go collect your gold when I'm finished." 200 gold, a sack of gold falls down on the same island.
Mhm.
This magic helmet, and this helmet which is engraved with birds around the side and has like wings coming off the top, and it also has some pictures of wolves on the front of the helm and some bears on the sides as well.
Uh-huh.
He goes, and these boots and a pair of very thick looking metal boots clatter to the ground, but they have kind of Hermes
Yeah, they got wings on.
wings on. Yeah, they look like that.
Okay.
And the final thing is asking me any question you have, and I will answer it to the best of my ability.
Is that like one question each, or just one question from us as a group?
One question as a group, but before we get on to divvying out the loot, he goes, "Okay, so from the help and from the failure of the go in one direction, I'm deducting the rubies." And he clicks his fingers and the rubies just shatter into dust and disappear.
Right.
He goes, "I'm now going to ask each of you who amongst the team you think contributed the most other than yourself. And I'm going to ask each of you to message me privately. Think of who you think. Just think who you think contributed the most other than yourself.
Do you mean every challenge or just this one?
Amongst all challengers in this trial."
Oh, I can't bloody remember.
Man, there's gonna be, in my opinion, there should be one person for this.
So Mr. Bones, Patrin, Ed, Baracus, Adran, or Samson. He goes, "I'm sorry, Mr. Wolf, but you don't get to be part of this." Okay. I've had 2 votes. Mr. Bones has voted.
I know who Mr. Bones is voting for.
Pretty good old pal.
Yeah.
Run buddies.
I mean, hold on. No, fuck you guys. I was the only one to do all of the trials. Fuck yourselves.
Mr. Bones did all the trials.
Oh, yeah, with Mr. Bones. No, he
Run
didn't,
buddies.
because he walked off in the first one.
No? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
he
he
followed
did.
you right to the end. No,
No,
Mr.
They
Bones.
followed you.
He was the one who was most adamant in staying on the track the whole time.
He followed you, yeah.
You can watch
It
the
was-
video if you
It was
want.
Jimmy trying to shove into
Apologies,
the bush.
Mr. Bones.
He goes, "It's okay, friend." Jimmy, I'm still waiting on your vote.
I've sent you on Discord.
Oh, okay. That's why. Everyone else sent me via Steam. Okay. He goes, "Okay, I've tallied up. I've added on points for people's votes. I've minus points for people taking my help. I've minus points for people failing to take to complete tasks. That's in first place is Mr. Bones.
Yeah.
Seems like we're all on the right page there.
He goes.
Like we're
"Okay."
gonna vote for each other. We hate each other.
He goes, Mr. Bones. Out of the remaining gifts, you can claim one for yourself: the gold, the helmet, the boots, or the question that I have for you. And Mr. Bones goes, the question. I wish to seek your advice. And he goes, good. We'll discuss later. We'll carry on divvying out the loot first.
I was about to say, wait, what's the rest of the rankings?
In second place. And you here's a fake drum roll again. Baracus!
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
He says, despite you relying on my help, it paid off. So your friends voted heavily in your favour. You may now choose any of the remaining things: 200 gold, the helmet, or the boots. Baracus?
Oh,
Gold.
This suits your character. Okay, add 200 gold to your character sheet.
200.
200 gold, yeah.
damn.
I'm rich, fam.
I thought that was gonna be divvied out.
No, fuck you.
He goes in joint third place.
Oh,
Adran and Patrin!
yay.
He goes, so I'll leave it amongst you two to decide who wants the helmet, who wants the boots.
Were these boots and this helmet?
Are they
fit in the
made for
bike?
walking?
I mean, when they fit a big guy.
He says, I can make them for you, and the boots become a comically large size, like the size of a person, and then they shrink down so you can barely see them, and they shrink back, go back to normal size. Because
Okay.
I'm the best cobbler in the world.
What do you want then, Adran?
You can roll Arcana checks on them to see, because they are magical and they might have effects.
Oh god. How is this?
Why the
Let's
fuck
find
am I
out what
last place?
Find out what they
Why-
do.
Why would you do this to me?
Why are you last place, Jim? If
Yeah,
you want the stats, you failed at the travelling through the maze.
I did well on the second one with the women.
I don't know,
The
nothing.
women.
It was one
No,
of the 20s
the
for a
issue
while.
is determined if you like got through it or if
Go through it, yeah.
you
Go
didn't.
through the quests. Give us a
So
recap.
you failed to get through the maze.
Yeah.
Everyone survived the dryads.
Mhm.
Everyone survived the owlbears. You asked for help, and everyone survived the frogs. So everyone was even on owlbears, dryads, frogs, but you lost points on the maze and asking for help.
Okay.
And
I
you
didn't ask for
got
help.
no points from no one else giving you points.
No.
I'm pretty sure
That's
nobody gave me points
expected.
either. So
Have you rolled Arcana checks?
We
Sorry.
did. We did.
we
really
did.
bad.
What did you roll?
Rhys got a 5 and I got an 11, but I get a -1 to Arcana, so I got a 10.
And okay.
Rhys, since you're a paladin, shouldn't you get pluses for this?
Nope.
No,
No, nothing.
He's holy, not magic.
Get nothing for that.
Same
damn.
thing.
So you know what? The man mage will say, I will just explain to you because there's no point divvying up loot without knowing what it is stupid. He goes, this is a helm of animal speaking. Once per day,
Oh,
if you're wearing this helm, you can speak to animals for a minute.
Okay.
The red hat
These-
the owl.
Are the boots of hovering.
Okay.
You can move your speed, so your distance as fast as you can move generally, but when you move, you'll be an inch above the ground.
Stealth check. Boots mine.
No, he just wants to combine them with his dash ability.
I do think that would be the more sensible option, to be honest with you.
It probably would help him, and I'm guessing because he's above the ground, he won't be hindered by the train.
Yes, that is also an effect. But it's only whilst you're moving, so you can't stay hovering. So you can go over gaps which have holes in them, so you could just go like straight. So say those ships, for example, you could go over that, but you couldn't stay hovering over the water. You would, at the end of your turn, fall down into the water.
Mhm.
Okay, just as long as you understand, it's still useful.
Yeah, boot of mine.
Okay.
Now he turns to you, Adran, and he says, "Now, have you just shotgunned the boots, Rhys?"
He's shotgun the boots.
Yeah, pretty
He
much.
goes, "Now, this helmet could be yours, and it's rightfully yours." But he looks at Jimson and says, "I do feel he could benefit from this more than you."
Remember the owl.
No, I
Just
I do.
remember the owl.
Maybe if he's willing to give some of his gold to you in exchange for this.
Is
I
there
don't know.
nothing? Is there nothing left for me?
Nope.
No, because everyone sort of like failed that one thing, and then like
The
things went
rupees
badly.
fucking. The
Yeah,
rupees.
the rubies are just gone. So
Yeah.
yeah, we would have had rubies, but
Great. Great.
He says you could split the gold. You can choose how to divvy it up amongst yourselves from this point onwards.
I'm okay with letting Samson have it because he would benefit more for being able to communicate with Logan.
Okay.
I will give you 50 gold.
To Adran.
Yeah.
Okay. So
That's
give
my
yourself
generous.
50. If you give yourself 50 gold, Adran, minus 50 gold off you.
Yeah.
People who got items, mark them in your inventory.
I gotta remember to do this now.
Think of all
push
the rum
this
that I can
button,
buy.
This button.
If you just
Thanks
put
for the
boots of
help.
hovering.
The boots of hovering.
Have you marked on your helmet?
I don't know how it works. I've forgotten.
No, I don't know how it works either.
Okay. Okay. Just so I know, Jimmy, are you coming off soon? Because it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll explain this. I'll do the final wrap up of Mr. Bones' question, and then we're calling it. Okay.
Okay.
So, Jimmy, when you want to edit your sheet, if you come over to it, you see this little button that says edit.
Yeah.
If you left click on that, 2 little beads come up.
Is this where we mark our stuff?
Yeah,
On this
if
little
you
bit here.
right click the blue one,
Don't have a blue one.
yours might be green.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then in name, it has a load of stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
Delete all that out and write Helm of Animal Speaking. Are you following along?
Levitation, do we say?
Boots of Hovering.
Hovering.
I say
And then
levitation
just,
something.
and then just click off it.
Then click the edit button again, I think. There you
Aha.
go.
Oh.
There we go.
So I can speak
Yep.
to Logan one today. Any animal.
Yeah, it does take attunement for you to use these items. You can only use a set amount of magical items attached to you, so this is one of the ones. You can switch them out whenever you want. It requires you to attune to it, which means that it will take 24 hours for you to be able to
What
use
was in
that
that?
effect.
What was in that box before? Just like default
that's-
stuff.
Yeah, that was just explaining your character a bit. But you know your character at this point. Sorry, what was I saying?
Question?
Right, Mr. Bone, Mr. Bones' question. We'll go into that. It requires attunement. Sorry, yeah. So
Yeah, achievement. Yeah.
So you'll be able to use it from tomorrow onwards. Mr. Bones, he goes, okay, fine. Back to you, Mr. Bones. What do you wish to know?
Where did he come from?
When did you go?
Where'd you go?
Where's his broken ribs?
Oh, God.
all over the flow.
And Mr. Bones says, I want to know about my master. I want to know how I was created. I was told that I'd get information from completing the Mad Mage trials, so here I am. The Mad Mage looks at Mr. Bones and goes, well, the answer to that question is very simple. Even though I am just a projection of my past self, a memory of my old self, I can see the magic intertwining, being your sinew, being your muscles. It's my magic. I must have created you in the future.
What?
If you didn't know this, the Mad Mage has been dead for quite a while at this point, 100,
Yeah, well, yeah.
200 years. So this is just a projection of his old self. So I'm pretty sure we said that in the past, but it's been a long time. So that's why I'm just reiterating
I
that.
can't remember that.
He turns to you, Patron, and he says, I can see a glimmer in your eye. And he turns to you, Samson, and goes, and your eye? And a glimmer in looks at you and goes, and your eye? For the questions you seek answers, if you complete more of my trials, I would be willing to answer them for you.
Are they in different locations to this one, or is it like in the same sort of space?
He goes, they're in very different locations. I tried to spread them throughout the entire globe.
I would be willing to do some more.
I'd be willing to go there at some point, but I think that we need more experience first. Because if this was considered the
If
easiest,
that's the easy one, yeah.
yeah, we need to level up first.
I'm
never
gonna
got
go
harder.
spend my money at the pub because he didn't mention me at all. So
can't-
you guys are welcome to do it.
Gold points do not
Yeah,
equal
obviously we
experience
have a
points.
well-earned break first.
He looks at you, Baracus, and says, it seems that you know what you want out of life more than others.
Not a lot. Rum, mainly.
Rum and gold, shooting things at people.
That's fair.
He goes, in all honesty, I may have misjudged you. Do you have any larger goals you're striving for?
More rum. Probably.
No.
He looks at you and he goes, you are a talented sorcerer. You should consider what you're capable of and what you want to achieve in your life. And with that, he vanishes,
Poofs.
and a portal appears where he was.
Well, that's the end of that then.
Well then.
Let's go home.
So in future, is he gonna come back to visit us if we decide to do
You'll
more?
find that out in the future, won't you?
Because he's just gone for now. We don't have his number or anything.
You get the impression that if you completed another trial, he will come and see you.
Yeah.
But of course, he won't remember this trial at all because
No.
this is just a
past self.
Yeah.
I will say this though, lads. How do we get out of here?
A portal appeared in front of
Oh,
you.
portal appeared.
Is this one
This-
safe to go through?
This portal.
Yeah. That portal. Mr. Bones goes, it's the same as the ones before, and just saunters on through.
Yeah, I'll follow him.
Okay.
Go on then.
You're going through?
Yeah.
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 Okay. You appear at the front of the forest, like the precipice of the forest which you entered to get here.
Mhm.
A while away from your town. And Mr. Bones looks among you all and says, I have finally found who my master is, but I would like more information on him. I'm going to research where a new trial is. Would you be happy to accompany me once I find that information?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say so.
Been a
So-
blast.
He goes, good. Well, I assume you're going back to your sea hometown? Your sea inn?
Yeah, to rest up, have a long rest, and then.
He goes, well, it's been a pleasure working with you, and he holds out a bony hand to each of you.
What you do
I'll
about
like-
ribs?
shake his hand.
He goes,
Sure,
he's
you wanna
hold,
come with us, Mr. Bones.
he goes, if none of us research where the next trial is, we'll never find it.
Yes, that is very true.
And about his ribs.
Yeah, he's still holding his ribs, and he goes, I know that I'll be able to heal this once my magic has come back to me.
Oh, okay, that's alright.
Ah.
And he goes, well, I bid you adieu. And he turns to you, Brackers, and goes, thank you very much for your company and helping me along the way.
Not a problem.
He goes to shake your hand.
I'll shake his hand.
You feel something in his hand as he shakes it. Something cold, in his hand, and he pulls his hand away, and he says, I bid you adieu, and he turns around and walks away.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at what the f is in my hand.
He left you 5 gold coins and a
Oh,
little
my
note.
guy.
Little note that says thank you for the rum.
My guy.
Aww.
Oh.
My guy.
Everyone loves Mr. Bones.
So yeah, that's where we'll end this session.
Oh.
Oh,
Have
with-
we
With a
leveled up?
choked up goodbye for a little bit. See you later.
He says bye and he walks. He knows the direction you're going. He knows the direction he's going.
Yeah.
They're different. So he just says goodbye and leaves on that note of handing.
Walks into the sunset.
Yeah. You can
What
see
a
the
guy.
sun
Pay me
going-
back for my rum.
What a
Yeah. Have you marked that on, Ed?
Yeah.
Okay. Can everyone you have your little bags?
I suppose
Can you
this
put
is the
your-
moment you want to take my apples off me.
Well, your apples
We're
when
digested.
were digested by the frog in
I
the stomach.
kept them.
We were back. the whole
I already
time.
told you you're not going to get to keep them.
I just wonder how you can take them off me.
If you okay, do you actually search for your apples? We can quickly do this.
Yeah, I'll give a search my apples. I've got my
Okay,
apples.
you always get your apples out and they're not in your bag.
Wow, that's quick. Easy.